We had bad and sad Ranger news yesterday with Sebastian Walcott out for the year. He's going to have elbow surgery, but we do have action in Surprise as we are getting closer and closer to opening day. It is a shout-out Friday here in the nosebleed seats as we fill in for the K&C Masterpiece, Zach Wolchuk, Eric Chiafalo, and the famous Jacob Ray. 214, could I get a shout-out for my best friend Grant and his wife-to-be Michaela on finding out that they are having their first girl on the way? Shout out to Grant and Michaela.
Let's go.
Congratulations to you. That is absolutely awesome. And congratulations in order for our buddy Matt Hicks as well, who is a grandfather. Hicksy, it's been too long. How the heck are you? How's the family doing?
Very well. Thank you, Zach. And right now I'm here in Maryland visiting with my daughter, who just a few weeks ago gave birth for the first time. So I'm a grandfather for the first time.
Wow.
And it's really exciting. And little Henry's doing well and just got his diaper changed. And so they're on their way.
Did you do some of that diaper changing? Are you getting your hands dirty here?
I was actually, right before you guys called, I was washing dishes to help out. So many bottles. You know, there's so much that goes on when you have a little one, and it's bringing back some memories. So that's kind of nice. And hey, can we even say it? Can we say congratulations to the guy? I don't even know.
Yes, we can. We got word. We can say it. Why don't you do the honors?
Oh, okay. Well, congratulations to Jared Sandler.
Yes.
His wife Emily gave birth last night, and he's their parents for the first time, of course, after a very long journey toward parenthood. So really happy for them.
Papa Jared, man, what an exciting time!
So cool, so happy for him and the Sandler family. Little Annie, so adorable. But Hicksy, I don't know. What's your schedule like for spring training? When will you get to be out in Surprise?
I'm flying out next Friday, so we're going to broadcast the weekend games, the first two on Saturday and Sunday next week. And essentially, we're just going to be out there on weekends. We do have a few weekday games that we're going to broadcast, but I'll be headed out exactly a week from today.
So what do you look for when you get out there and spring training is going on? I know, talking with you and Eric and Jared over the years, you can't make too much of spring training because everybody's working on things, but what do you like to kind of look for and monitor?
Well, you know, we've got a changing of the guard, and I think that more than anything during spring training is something that you just want to try to gauge exactly how all that's working out. You know, Skip Schumaker was with the club, you know, all last year, not every day, but with the club last year in his advisory capacity. And I had an opportunity to talk with him on a couple of occasions, but how players react to him, you know, you get a gauge as to how a guy handles a clubhouse, how he manages a ball club, and a lot of new staff members. I'm excited to reunite with a couple of guys that are new. Alex Cintron, who, of course, has been a hitting coach in a variety of capacities with the Astros here in recent years, is a guy that I know going all the way back 26 years ago to the 2000 season when he was coming up in the Arizona Diamondbacks organization as a shortstop.
Wow.
And I was broadcasting for Arizona's AA club in El Paso. And same with Rod Barajas, who's joining the staff this year, a guy who had success in the big leagues and also came up through the Diamondback system and was in El Paso as well. Both of those guys were really good coming up through the minor leagues. And so excited to reunite with them.
Matt Hicks with us here on The Fan. So, Hicksy, looking at this team right now, the Mackenzie Gore trade, when it comes to the pitching staff, how excited are you for him and just the outlook of this pitching staff in general right now?
Well, as far as Gore is concerned, I've got a couple of friends back here in this area that are Washington Nationals fans, and I talked to them, and they think that Gore is going to have an outstanding season. You know, playing and pitching for the Nationals, a team that, you know, didn't have a great defense behind him and obviously wasn't good, and they're in a period of transition. That Gore was able to take the ball every day, giving them an opportunity to win. But I think about what we got last year from Patrick Corbin, a guy whose numbers perhaps didn't indicate that he would have a great deal of success. But we thought, and we talked about this last spring, that once the Rangers acquired Patrick late in the spring, that he could be the kind of guy that, with a very good defense behind him, could give you quality innings, could give you the kind of performance that would keep you, within earshot of winning just about every time. And that's exactly what Patrick Corbin did. The defense behind him was better. He got better on his own as well, and ended up having a pretty successful 2025 season. And Mackenzie Gore, I think you have a guy that is much more of, he's not the same kind of left-hander as Patrick Corbin, but he's the kind of guy that can strike out a lot more guys. He'll miss bats. He might get a little wonky at times when it comes to the strike zone, but he's very difficult to hit. And he, too, will be playing now with a better defense, albeit maybe not as good a defense as we had last year, but still a better defense than Washington's. And who knows? Maybe our defense will be as good as it was last year. But when you have a guy like Mackenzie Gore, who was a first-round draft pick and a very high first-round draft pick, slot into this rotation in the number 3 spot, that says something, I think, about the strength of this rotation. And of course, it's something that Chris Young and Ross Finstermaker have made it a point to not just go out and get quality pitching, both starters and relievers, but get a surplus, because you can never have enough. So, the acquisition of Mackenzie Gore, I think, is huge as to what he can do, not just on the days he starts, but how he lengthens out the starting rotation. I think is a real good sign for the club this year.
Offensively, the Brandon Nimmo addition, you've got Danny Jansen, and I know we're just hoping still, can you get a healthy Evan Carter, Josh Young? But what do you think about the state of the lineup as we get ready for the season?
Well, who knows how these guys are going to mesh. Hopefully they mesh well. I think one thing that you're going to see with the Skip Schumaker managed team, I don't think you're going to see a stock lineup. Now, there might be guys that, fit into one position and I'm just, shooting from the hip here, but if Skip feels like, Corey Seager is a number 2 hitter and he wants to keep him there, you might see something like that. But I think you're going to see a lot of movement of guys throughout the lineup based upon the pitching matchup, based upon a variety of factors, based upon the history of how guys do against certain pitchers, that they're facing on that particular day. But one thing's for sure, for this offense to improve, I don't think you want to just point to Brandon Nimmo now being on the team or Evan Carter being healthy and productive like we saw from him at the end of the 2023 season. You're going to need guys that should be better than what we saw last year based upon their previous histories, like Jake Berger, like Josh Young. Those guys are all going to have to step up and improve in order for the offense overall to be better. But, you think about the kind of season Wyatt Langford had last year and the steps that he could potentially take. He's a 2020 guy last year. But, in reality, given his speed, given his continued development in terms of strength, I don't think it's out of the realm of reasonableness to suggest that he could be a 30-30 guy this year. So, hopefully everybody clicks, or at least at the start of the season, they're hitting on all cylinders, and we see a really good offense. But when you think about the kind of offense that we could have if all of these guys step up to their potential, I think, we're going to see a better offense than we saw last year.
Hicksy, we love your baseball analysis, as always. We were just having a conversation about a sports franchise that sent an email to their season ticket holders reminding them to shower before coming to the arena. I guess somebody smelled just absolutely terrible. And I'm curious, when showering, are you a loofah guy?
Do not have a loofah in the shower. Never have been. Okay. I don't know too many guys that are. I'm guessing getting that question that maybe one of you guys is a loofah guy.
You're talking to two.
Yeah, you're talking to actually three.
2 loofah guys.
3 with Jake in there too. Yeah.
Wow.
Are we softies?
Yeah, it's embarrassing, isn't it?
No, it's not embarrassing. But what got you started on the loofah kick?
Listen, I would encourage you. I don't know if you've tried it, Hicksy, but there's a feel like you feel cleaner, but then there's just like sort of that friction that it applies to the skin. It can really scratch an itch as well. Believe it or not, better than the fingers.
Right. Wow.
You bar soap guy? You bar soap guy?
Just sponge?
Well, I sometimes bar soap, but liquid soap guy.
Okay.
With a washcloth.
Okay.
And that's been it. But now you guys have piqued my interest. What got this started? Were you guys watching Caddyshack?
You know what? That might be the actual genesis that I didn't even realize in my own personal life. Yeah. I'm going to bring you a loofah and perhaps some brand new Tommy John underwear for you. I know you love those, Hicksy. I'm bringing them to surprise. All right. So I'll be bearing gifts.
Hey, for those that don't know, life-changing, the Tommy John underwear.
Hicksy, you're the best. Congratulations again to you and the fam, man. We love you, and we'll talk to you soon.
All right, guys, take care.
There he goes, Matt Hicks. Of course, you know that voice here on the home of Texas Rangers baseball. We'll be having that back for you soon.